Just over a month ago, July 6, 2021, Linnell Frazier, a black man, was killed by Minneapolis police officer Brian Cummings. Brian Cummings was engaged in a high-speed pursuit to what some say was going over 90 miles per hour when his police car struck and killed Linnell Frazier, who was proceeding to go through a green light. It's important to note that Linnell would have had no way of reacting to Brian Cummings' siren because Brian Cummings was going over 90 miles per hour, which is quadruple the speed limit of a residential area. This past Wednesday, Communities United Against Police Brutality and the Frazier family held an event for Linnell Frazier at 41st Avenue North and Lyndale Avenue. You can go down there and pay your respects as well, or you can go to the GoFundMe link below that the family has put together to help out the family as well. And this isn't the first time the Minneapolis Police Department has done this. Friday, May 10th, 2013, just after Minneapolis police had killed a black man named Terrence Franklin in a basement, which the ballistics came out to say that it was execution-style shot in the back of the head, they had run into motorcyclist Ivan Romero. A Minneapolis police SUV going to the scene of Terrence Franklin after he had been killed, mind you, struck and killed Ivan Romero, a motorcyclist, in an intersection in Uptown. The chief at the time, Janae Harto, essentially exonerated the officer that ran into him. The officer said that he was rushing to bring water to the scene of the crime. That's kind of weird. Why would you do that? All in all, they essentially washed their hands of it. So let's get surgical. Let's talk about the police pursuit model policy. Minnesota Rule 6700.2701. F. Factors influencing the termination of a pursuit. Rule 1. The conditions of the pursuit become too risky for the safe continuation of the pursuit. Well, if you think going quadruple the speed limit in a residential area isn't risky, then your name might be Brian Cummings, because it became risky because he killed somebody while he was pursuing somebody in a residential area. But have no fear, Jacob Fry is this guy. The Associated Press writes, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry said Thursday the city will review its police pursuit policy after a chase that ended with an officer hitting and killing an innocent motorist. Why do you need to review the policy? Why don't you review the police that broke the policy? What? Well, what? Two things I'd like to take away from this article. One, we're seeing another policy review arrive at the heels of police killing somebody yet again. It's like policy reviews only happen when they kill somebody. That's really morbid and effed up in a lot of ways, and I'm sure you can come up with some words as well to describe it. The second thing is that the Associated Press used the word innocent when referring to Linnell Frazier. Now, rarely do we ever see the word innocent associated with anybody that's been killed by the cops. And NPR doesn't really get kudos for this because they essentially copied and pasted this from the Associated Press. NPR hasn't really used the word innocent at all when referring to people that have been killed by the police. They didn't refer to Ivan Romero as innocent when he was killed by police on a high-speed pursuit in 2013. Matter of fact, NPR has essentially headlined quotes from the cops. They've done it here, 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 and here, which essentially makes all this police brutality and violence sound justified, which it's not. And if you wanted to create a new logo for NPR, maybe you could give them this.